Namaskar everyone. Today we are going to talk about the Soubhagya Yoga. We are in the series of covering all the 27 yogas, and today we are at Soubhagya Yoga. Soubhagya itself means fortune, fortunate, bhagyashali, and today we will be deciphering what is the meaning of this yoga. So first of all, we should understand what different types of yogas are there. There is a Tatkalik yoga, there is a Nama yoga, and then there is a standard Raj yogas that we have in astrology. Tatkalik yoga is the one which is formed by a special combination of day, tithi, and nakshatra, which is prevailing on that particular day. It is basically a muhurta or a transit uh, yoga. Okay, so like if you want to perform certain activities, then you look for a nakshatra happening on a particular day. That becomes the Tatkalik yoga. Then there is other kind of yoga which is called Nama yoga or the Nitya yoga, which is basically by it is done found by calculating the longitude of sun and the moon. If we add these two longitudes, then it basically comes up to a point in zodiac, and that nakshatra becomes the yogi tara. Okay, and exactly opposite to that nakshatra, 180-degree opposite to that, becomes the avayogi tara. So Saubhagya nakshatra is the one where if you add the longitude of sun and moon, you will come to the Purva Falguni nakshatra. And exactly opposite to Purva Falguni nakshatra is the Purva Bhadra nakshatra. Purva Bhadra nakshatra is ruled by Brahaspati, Jupiter, and Purva Falguni is ruled by Venus. Yogi Tara, the lord of that yoga, Venus, becomes very important planets. It is not very important in the sense that very benefic planet. Okay, it is highly benefic. So Venus becomes very benefic for such people, whereas Jupiter becomes highly malefic. So Venus being benefic results uh, in lot of things. It shows up in practically all the aspects of life. And Jupiter being highly malefic, that also shows up in like as a problem in the life. So if you are the one who is born in Saubhagya Yoga, then you are definitely fortunate. Venus is blessing you, but there is some issue with the Jupiter, and this is the thing that we are going to explore today. Now Venus is the Brahmin, Venus is the Guru. So such people, they are also very jnani. They have lot of knowledge. They are very honest. They have a discernment. Okay, they can judge things very well, and they are also very transparent. Being a Brahmin, Venus and Jupiter, they both have the quality that their judgment is very good. But apart from the judgment and the wisdom, Venus has one extra thing. Remember, Venus is the guru of asuras, and all the asuras, uh, you can consider it this way, like it is very easy to tame good and nice people, but you can understand what level of skill you require to tame asuras. Okay, if you want to tame um, those rogue people, then you need to have very high caliber. Your convincing power has to be very good. That's why this is the silver tongue. This person is born with silver tongue. That means he can convince anybody. He can convince anybody for doing anything. Just like Shukracharya, Shukra, he is the guru of all the asuras. He can convince them for doing anything. In the similar fashion, these people also have that power of Venus. Other power of Venus is basically Venus related activities like painting, writing, speaking, and doing the fine arts. These people are very good in this. So if their profession is related to this, it is very good for them. When it comes to transit chart, when basically you are seeing this thing in muhurta, if this yoga happens to be uh, prevailing at the time of the marriage, at the time of graha pravesh, or at the time of doing the new business, then basically it's very good. Okay, it's very good if the if Venus as a lord, Venus as the yogi tara of this muhurta is going on, and Soubhagya yoga is prevailing. Okay, so when a child is born with the Soubhagya yoga, the prosperity of father becomes very good. He becomes very prosperous after the birth of such a child. So there is a generational wealth that this kind of people tend to get from their parents. Since it is a good fortunate yoga, it basically promotes all other Raja yogas, because Venus, see, Venus and Mercury, these two planets, they are the Rajasic planet. And Rajasic planet, you know, the three gunas, the Rajas, the Sattva, and the Tamas. Rajas is very good for the material prosperity. And Mercury at Venus, if it is good in your chart, it basically gives you lot of material success. You will have lot of material things. So being born in Saubhagya Yoga basically acts as a catalyst for all the Raj Yogas which are there in your chart, because that foundation is very strong. Then it comes to the problem, specific problem, when, because see, Venus is a good planet. He's the yogi. Yogi means highly benefic planet, somebody uh, who is very good to you. Okay, your friend, best friend. And Jupiter is the bad one for this. Okay, he's the avayogi. He is highly malefic. So if in your chart, if you're born with Saubhagya Yoga, and in your chart Venus and Jupiter, they are conjunct, then it's very bad, because they both will try to harm each other. Especially Jupiter will try to harm Venus. Okay, because Jupiter is very malefic towards Venus, and Jupiter also thinks Venus is the enemy. They are natural enemy also. Even though Venus thinks Jupiter is neutral, but Jupiter thinks Venus is very bad. So what it does is that you will face this kind of dichotomy, or uh, this kind of trade-off in your relations, that you will get the material success, but at the cost of your relations, something not good with your relations. So that kind of trade-off you will see. If you try to get good relations, the material success will reduce. Like if you try to spend quality time with your wife, quality time with your family, then you will see that your gains are very less. But if you try to make a lot of gains, your family life, your relations, your friend circle, everything will go for a toss. Okay, so this kind of trade-off you will see in your life. And also, this conjunction, it need not be in a single sign. It may so happen that they are degreeically conjunct. What I mean is that if Jupiter is at 21 degree in Libra, and Venus is at 21 degree in some other sign, in Cancer, let's say, then also they are considered degreeically conjunct, and then also this problem can happen. Okay, and Jupiter, if Jupiter, like Jupiter's nakshatra is Purabhadra, which is the Avayogi. Okay, so if in this nakshatra Rahu and Mandi is there conjunct, then there is a problem. Okay, then basically, and even the Venus Jupiter conjunction, this is also called the curse of the pregnant lady. Curse of the pregnant lady, because Venus is the lady, Jupiter is related, is the karaka of childbirth. So if you combine these two things, and they both are totally against each other, then it brings out some kind of curse that comes from the past life. Okay, and this curse may not be very like very fatal in that sense, but it can bring out this result, which is the trade-off that you see in the marriage, and the in the relationships, and the and the prosperity. And if Rahu and Mandi is there in the nakshatra of Purabhadra, which is the nakshatra of Jupiter, then there is also a problem. Okay, it can basically bring the worst level of result for the curse of the pregnant lady. Okay, since Jupiter is malefic, so Jupiter's karakattvas, they can basically be harmed. There is a problem with childbirth. There is a problem with progeny. You may not get very good mentorship because Jupiter represents your guru, your mentors. Okay, and it may also so happen that you may not become a very good guide also because your own Jupiter is bad, so you're not able to guide others, and you will also not get a good guide also. Okay, uh, so with Venus and Jupiter playing out the roles over here, Venus is on the positive side, so doing things of Venusian nature will basically help you, like putting perfume, being very neat and clean, and being engaged with the fine arts basically brings the good qualities of Venus. Whereas the things related to Jupiter will basically be a problem. Okay, so yeah, that's all about Soubhagya Yoga. Thank you so much.